In this episode, I want to talk about strainers and then how rescue instructors are teaching strainers in their courses. And just so you all know, this channel is my opinion, my thoughts based on my experience and my training and my tiny little brain trying to figure things out. I could be totally wrong here, so please call me out if I am. Part of the goal of this video is just to create conversation so I can understand things better. So first, let's talk about strainers. If you're swimming and you see a strainer, you should get on your stomach and swim away from it. If a strainer's here in front of me, I'm going to turn some direction and just swim directly away from it. The line to the strainer, think of a line to the strainer, get perpendicular to that line and swim that way or swim that way. Strainers are dangerous. You can just trust me. They're powerful. If you run into one, you might go under it. You probably won't go over it, but you guess you could. They're dangerous. They're powerful. These are things we should totally avoid. So hopefully with that information, you all know how to do strainers. Hopefully. That's all you need. That 1 minute talk covers strainers completely. And I could cover that again in a day, on a 5-day trip every day, reinforce it, and it would probably go in. What I'm seeing, I'm going to switch over to now what instructors are teaching in rescue. What I'm seeing in the real world, when I ask students in our classes, what do you do if you see a strainer? Pretty commonly their answer is swim right towards it. Get on your stomach and swim towards it and go over it. That is, I just want to be clear, that is not what you do. I just explained. When you see a strainer, you turn and you swim that way. But students who have taken rescue classes end up thinking they should swim towards it. Even worse, I'm hearing guides. I listen to a lot of safety talks. I listen to them in IRF courses. I listen to them when I go anywhere. I love hearing safety talks. I like to learn things. I'm always taking notes. If I can kind of listen on one, I am in. I hear a lot of guides telling commercial guests that if there's a strainer, that they should swim towards it and over it. I'm hearing that. And it is possible. It is possible. You maybe could swim towards a strainer and over it. But that is not what you should be teaching anybody, in my opinion. It should be very cut and dry. If there's a strainer in front of you, turn, swim that way. Okay, what if you're not going to make it? What if you're like, I'm not going to make it? Try anyway. Keep trying. In the real world, strainers are not like barely under the surface. They're not perfectly soft pipes. In the real world, strainers are like above the surface, way below the surface, kind of cockeyed. Strainers with logs have bark. They have branches sticking out, little pokey things. It is exceptionally rare that anybody, the strongest person, is going to swim over a strainer. You need to be 100% focused and ready to turn and swim that way or swim that way. Hopefully I've been clear about this. This is where I feel like I'm struggling with rescue teaching, because I feel like the private boaters I'm hearing that think you should swim towards the strainer, and the guides who are teaching that to guests are hearing this in the rescue classes. And the rescue instructors have this thing where they put a pipe in the river and they start their lesson, I'm guessing like this. Hey everybody, you shouldn't swim towards the strainer, you should swim away from it, but we're going to practice anyway just in case. But you shouldn't do this in the real world unless it's a last measure. They say those words, something like that. And then they spend the next hour swimming over them and over them and over them and over them and having people go under them, and they talk about them. It's just a quick disclaimer. Maybe it's a long disclaimer. Maybe it's 3 minutes, followed by them doing the wrong action. And so I think that we shouldn't be doing these strainer swim things, no matter how good your audio disclaimer is. I took a class on teaching once, some point, and they talked about, it was like VAK, visual, V was visual, there's visual learners, A is audio for audio learners, and K is kinesthetic or something like that for like kinesthetic learners, which just means people that learn by doing, right? So, it should just be like learn by doing. I don't know why they use the word kinesthetic, but that's a separate topic. So people who are visual learners, if they do this whole thing, they see people swimming over strainers, that's what they're learning. People that are audio learners might have taken that 1 to 3 minute warning before not to do this. They might have taken that and processed it and learn from that. People that are kinesthetic learners that learn by doing, I'm one of those people. If I swim over a strainer repeatedly, over and over and over, that's what sticks in my head. It's a very powerful thing, right? And I agree it's powerful. Like if you try to swim over a strainer and don't make it, you're holding on, you're this is so powerful. It's very powerful. That is what's going to stick in my head. Like, oh, I can swim over a strainer, or I can't. Whatever it is, the lesson I think I would take away from that is to swim towards the strainer. So I just want to bring this back together. I want to be really clear with the world because this is a very important thing. In my opinion, based on my training, my experience, and my tiny brain, I believe if you're swimming and there's a strainer in front of you, think of the line going to the strainer, turn perpendicular to it, and swim away from it. Don't go towards the strainer. Get away from it. Turning upstream won't work. But even before that, we should be avoiding strainers on the river. So if there's one in the Scout, you might want to portage. We should avoid getting near them, period. But if you're swimming towards one, go that way. Really simple. Cut and dry. The second part is rescue instructors out there. If you're watching this, please, please, please reconsider teaching this strainer swim exercise, right? It takes a lot of your time, a lot of the students' time, effort to put it together, and you're reinforcing the wrong action. When you could really sit down and maybe 4 different times over your 2 or 3 days, just remind them, by the way, strainers are dangerous, they're powerful. You can say this in words. You can make up a dance, make a visual. You could even set your strainer up if you wanted to for kinesthetic learners. Set it up. Don't let them swim under it. Just set it up, say, hey, that's dangerous. Let's practice swimming away from it. That would be a great exercise. But what I think is happening is by you having your students swim towards it, you're introducing and reinforcing the wrong behavior. Those are my thoughts. I want to say one more time, this is based on my experience, my training, my tiny brain. So if you can educate me and help me understand why swimming over pipes is so helpful to teach people not to swim over logs, I would love to hear it. That's it for this episode. Thanks for watching. See you next time.